Hi there, welcome. Welcome to Homekeepers. Come right on in, my friends. Every day is such a wonderful, wonderful privilege to just invite you in, and I'm so thankful that we can connect this way. And please know you're always welcome, and appreciate it when you tell your friends about Homekeepers and how we love your mail. Wanda and I were going through it this morning, and your words of encouragement and all, and sometimes you're kind of funny. We love you. I just want you to know that. And this is going to be a good program because Valentine's Day is coming up, and Stephanie, I've asked Stephanie, she does this Couture thing, and what a wonderful way to just get a message in front of your family, your friends. It could be in your office, just a little message. I am so into messages and those that will encourage you and uplift you, and that's what you can do with this Couture. So hopefully she's got some things about love since it's Valentine's Day. We'll see what she's got for us. And Stephen Strang, if you watched the last program, at the last minute I asked him to stay over so we could talk longer. Well, I've got that conversation today, and I love him. He wrote Trump Aftershock, but he's such an engaging guy. He's a wonderful guest, founder of Charisma Magazine and all that. So you're going to love what he had to say. He's done a lot of research on this book. Before I join Stephanie, though, I want to again offer you He Holds My Hand. And one reason being, I've started at this new year. I am a connoisseur of devotionals, and I had looked through this book and all, but when I've gotten into it, I mean, it is one great book, and I want you to have it. So for that gift of at least $20, you can use the 800 number, or you can use the address, get that gift to us, and we'll get it out to you. I'm telling you, Carol Kent has done a magnificent job on this book. And so I thought, I've got to let people know that I'm really into it, although I'd gone through it before. But I'm really into it now because it's a new year, and I hope that you will order one for yourself. And I've joined Stephanie over here.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you.
And the next big thing, of course, just as soon as Christmas is over, Valentine's all over the stores.
And truth be told, I've already bought my first Christmas present.
I don't like her.
Listen, it was on sale. It was something I know somebody will absolutely love and adore. Why not?
I think it's great. Mm-hmm. I think it's great.
Okay,
so what you got all kinds of messages
Couture.
here.
It's my little side gig here. You buy transfers, you buy paste, you buy inks, you have surfaces, and you make all this fun stuff at home. Mm-hmm. Okay. So today I have the P.S. I Love You because we're on Valentine's Day, and I have a box frame that Couture sells. You can use surfaces from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, Target. I mean, it's multitude.
Wherever the good sales are.
Yes. So today I have the P.S. I Love You, which also comes with You Are Loved on the bottom. Okay. So yeah, it's a nice big transfer. And I'm just going to put this on the box frame. And I'm going to do a little fancy, okay? I'm an eyeballer, so I'm not measuring anything. Okay. I'm just going to eyeball. So I'm just going to go around the letters here. And I'm going to use chalk paste today.
Now, how come you had it on a Turkish towel?
Yes, I did it on a towel. It's called fuzzing because you don't want it as sticky as it comes. You want it a little less sticky so it'll come up. Mm-hmm. So I want to be a little fancy today, so I want to move a little faster. Okay, so I'm going to do black and red. Okay, so I'm going to do P.S. I, you in black. I'm going to do love in red. Then I'm going to use my fancy dancy glitter. Mm-hmm. Okay, I love glitter. So we have our squeegee, we have our chalk paste. Super simple. Just get it on there.
I don't think they ever had anything like this when I was younger. This is kind of new.
Oh, well, Couture is only a year and a half old.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's other companies now coming out, that are very, very similar.
And then you can put it on the U.
Yep. Yeah, I do Tuesday nights. I do Facebook Lives. If anybody wants to join me, I do a different craft every Tuesday night. And show different ways to use the Couture.
As I've often complained, I got my worst grades in art, but I think I could do this.
Well, you have done it, if you remember. Mm-hmm. You've done it well. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you can take the excess off and put it right back in the jar so there's no waste. Mm-hmm. And the transfers are reusable 7 to 12 times, so it's not like a one-timer. You don't throw it away. You wash it and you keep it.
And from what I have seen, they got about every message you'd want.
There's over 150 transfers right now. So you could do like home decor, birthdays, holidays, I mean, it's just, there's a plethora of things that you can do.
We have...
okay, I'm going to pull this up, and then I'm going to quickly put the glitter on.
Do you have anything patriotic? Because...
Oh, yeah, come forth. I mean, every season we come out with new... Okay.
Oh!
Hold on.
So easy.
Okay. This is it where you
The glitter goes on...
Yep. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm focusing.
You are focusing.
I'm focusing hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she's got a trash can back here.
Seriously.
Oh,
this
is so cute. So cute.
Look, can you get up close and see that? Oh. Now, let me tell you what else I'm going to do with this. I'm going to take these handy dandy little tiny clips.
Clothespins.
I'm going to glue them on here, and I'm going to put pictures of me and my husband.
Oh, how cute.
So how cute is that?
Okay, bring it back in when you do all that.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And also, I mean, we have a minute or two, so I'll just talk about, you can also add all kinds of little embellishments to people's home decor, favorite colors, I mean, a plethora of things. So I have all kinds of glitter, I have all kinds of flowers, I have all kinds of these little embellishments that you can just add.
I love that. I love the simplicity of it.
I mean, it took me 2 minutes. Who wouldn't love to get, in fact, some of my family are getting these for gifts for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
so
and there's information on the screen.
Yeah.
You can contact Stephanie and find out more about it. But I've said it before, and I'm a great believer in messages around. There's everything. You turn on TV, you're going to get very, very distressed.
Who doesn't want a reminder that somebody loves you?
Yes, and and with this you can really change those, and so that you're staying up with the season, staying up with things, not just at Christmas time.
And if you use a chalkboard and you use the chalk piece, you can erase it and you can start all over again. So you can use the same board for every season.
I have a granddaughter who does that, and she has a really blessing on it. Okay, hope you'll take advantage of that information. And right after this, we'll continue with my conversation with Stephen Strang. Stay here. Thank you for staying over. I kind of twisted his arm yesterday. And,
didn't have to twist very hard.
Well, really, there's so much to talk about in this book, Trump Aftershock. I hope you saw the last program, but if not, we'll recap just a little bit. My wonderful guest, Stephen Strang, wrote this book first. We did talk about that a few months ago, God and Donald Trump. And this is the newest book, Trump Aftershock. I think it is so appropriately named. Did you consider other words than aftershock? I mean, it's perfect.
No, originally we were going to call it just Aftershock, and found out there was another book called Aftershock that had something to do with finances, been out several years. Well, if you're in publishing, as I am, the way you solve that is you put Aftershock : and like a real long subtitle. But as we thought about it, we thought, you know what, this isn't just any. In fact, I found as I was talking to people about the book, they'd ask me, well, what kind of aftershock is it?
It is singular.
It's a Trump aftershock.
Yeah.
And it's all the things that we didn't really expect after the election, both good and bad.
Yeah, you know, in a nutshell, though, we were not used to having a candidate go through and say, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And he changed the whole method that we were used to, and he got in office and did all of them.
Probably more than any other president in the first 2 years.
In a very brief time.
And that's what I document in the book, but I also document the reaction, you know, where there were, you know, almost riots. Cars were burned, you know. There's reason to believe that these protesters, a lot of them are actually paid. This is actually planned. And it was a reaction on the part of the radical left. They never thought that Trump would get in there. They've been having their way for decades, and he has messed up their game. He's also messed up the deep state and even the Republican Party, which aren't nearly as sinister, of course, but he's just shaken up everything. He's a disruptor, and most of the things that people don't like about him is because he's disrupting their nice little, their status quo, exactly.
Do you know another thing I find just ingenious, but it's so much with his personality, how he goes around what he calls the fake news. I mean, if he's walking to a plane, he will have a press conference. He just, all day long, we're kind of getting messages from him. And I think that's pretty brilliant to get around all of the mainstream news that they do not like him and they don't always tell the truth at all. But he's getting to the people anyway.
And a lot of it through Twitter, of course. And the interesting thing is that they will take his Twitter feeds, even the fake news that wouldn't cover something, and they'll put it on. I mean, you see it. They'll actually reprint it exactly what it looks like. And so, yes, you're right. He's getting
he is getting to the people.
And he's brilliant. He understands this intuitively in a way that no politician in our lifetime has done.
It has been an interesting ride, that's for sure. Now, when we finished talking yesterday, we're kind of talking about Melania, his wife, and you say you have not met her. She's very lovely, very much a lady, and a very devout Catholic. Now, Trump's background really is Presbyterian, but you've kind of raised something that makes us believe there's something more way in his mother's side as far as the faith is concerned.
Well, his mother comes from Scotland, and the state church in Scotland, of course, is a Presbyterian church. She was actually in a breakaway denomination, kind of a branch of Presbyterianism that was not the state church, more kind of like a free church. She lived in the Hebrides Islands, which are very remote islands, kind of on the north side or the northwest side of Scotland. And they're very devout people. They take their Presbyterianism very, very seriously. Even today, where the Presbyterian church in our nation, of course there's a number of different denominations, but the mainstream Presbyterians have become very, very liberal, even embracing gay marriage. He was not raised like that. He was raised a very conservative Presbyterian. When his mother came over here, married his father, it was very important to her to raise her 5 children in the church. They went to church virtually every Sunday. They actually went to the oldest Presbyterian church in America. He went through confirmation. He has shown his confirmation picture as kind of a
badge of honor.
Yes, to verify his legitimacy as a Christian. He was also given a Bible at his confirmation by his mother, and he took the oath of office on 2 Bibles. One was the Bible that Lincoln took the oath of office on, which is a historical piece, of course, and then the Bible that his mother gave him. And in fact, in the book, there's a picture section, and there's actually a picture, and I talk a little bit about that Bible.
But there was a great revival in the Hebrides. What was the years, or do you know about when that happened?
I researched this for my book, Trump Aftershock, and there was a great revival in the Hebrides Islands. Donald Trump's mother was from the Hebrides Islands. And it also relates, interestingly, to Kim Jong-un. In fact, we were writing the book while that great summit was going on in Singapore, and I was researching this, and I believe that there's almost a spiritual parallel that very, very few people know. So, first of all, the Hebrides Revival was from 1948 to 1951, and the story goes that 2 old women, too old to go to church, prayed in that revival. I mean, this is documented in history.
Yes.
The women's name were Smith, and there are those who believe that those 2 old women were Donald Trump's great aunts. Now, there's other people that say that's apocryphal, but here's the truth. If they were the aunts or not, the Hebrides Revival affected virtually everyone in the Hebrides Islands, and that would have included all of Donald Trump's extended family. Now, his mother, there's some stories that his mother was in the Hebrides Islands. Actually, she moved to America in the early 1930s, but her family would have been certainly influenced. She was a very conservative Christian. She was from a very conservative branch of Presbyterianism, which is the state church in Scotland. They really believed the Bible, and she wanted her son raised in the Presbyterian church, went to confirmation. She gave him a Bible for his confirmation, which he used in his swearing in. Now, around the world, there's a parallel with Kim Jong-un. Now, of course, North Korea is one of the most godless regimes in the history of mankind.
Right.
One of the most oppressive even today. What most people don't know, and which I didn't really know until I researched it, was in 1909 there was a great revival in Korea. There was no North and South Korea. It was a great revival. It was so great that there was Pyongyang, which is the capital of North Korea today, was given the nickname the Jerusalem of Asia. Over 3,000 Presbyterian churches started. Now, this was back kind of in the era of Azusa Street, only a couple of years after Azusa Street, but Pentecost had not made it around the world.
North Korea.
So these were Presbyterians. Here's the interesting thing. Kim Jong-un's family was involved in that revival. His grandfather was the dictator who brought communism to Korea, fought the Korean War. He was raised a Presbyterian. Obviously, he rejected it. The dictator's father was a Presbyterian elder. His father was a Presbyterian pastor. There were 3,000 churches back then in what today is North Korea. Today there's 2 churches that are only used for propaganda purposes. And you have to wonder how much history would have been different. Now, here's the interesting parallel. The Hebrides Revival, which was almost exactly the same years as the Korean War, the late 40s, early 50s, Hebrides was called the Jerusalem of Europe. It's just interesting that people put the 2 tags on, and both were Presbyterians. And you just kind of have to wonder about the parallels. You know, you don't know if this is true or not, but I think that it makes you at least go, I wonder what God is up to.
I know, and it ought to be very thought-provoking for Americans to think that you could have a presence of the Lord in a nation one way or another, and then so completely, absolutely reject it.
Well, you know, in Trump Aftershock, I talk about Korea, and the South Koreans have been praying for the reunification of the 2 Koreas, and also for revival. They want to flood North Korea with missionaries. In fact, we have a mutual friend in Alex Clattenburg. He was actually in Korea in May, the month before the Great Summit. He said he went to a 6-hour prayer meeting where they were praying for the unification of Korea. I believe that God is answering their prayers. And in that summit, President Trump, when he gave a press conference afterwards, and some reporter asked him, said he talked to him, Kim Jong-un, about religious liberties. And I believe that as this plays out, time will tell, but I think that not only will we get denuclearization, which is the goal, we all want that, but I believe that Kim Jong-un will make Korea more open to the gospel.
Well, something has already happened, you know, there's for sure. If you just joined me, I've got Stephen Strang here, who has quite a list of accomplishments, founder of Charisma magazine, and also you are CEO of Charisma
Media
right now, and a best-selling author. This second book about Trump, this is the one we're talking about today, Aftershock. And on the program yesterday, because I twisted his arm to stay with us, we talked about the aftershocks. Let's go over those again, maybe for some of those who didn't see what we were talking about yesterday, because when you put it that way, it really does make sense. And so the economy, he said he's going to turn that around. He did. Judges on the Supreme Court who will really practice the Constitution.
If he did nothing else but put Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, I think would have done something. But you know, prophets have said, I've heard different numbers, that he's going to put as many as 3 to 5 justices on the Supreme Court. And also the federal judges. There were a lot of open ones, partly because Obama had a Republican Senate who wouldn't approve everyone, and he was kind of leaving them open for Hillary to appoint. And I believe that we're going to have a major shift in the judiciary, because we've got judges there that make things up, saying that the Constitution says things that it doesn't even come close to saying.
Have you ever seen anything more bizarre than this last addition to the Supreme Court? I haven't.
Oh, you're talking about the Brett Kavanaugh hearings.
Yes.
Oh, what happened was the left wasn't even the Democrats, it was the left, showed their real colors.
They did.
I mean, they couldn't find anything on this fine man, and so they threw a hand grenade and hoped, you know, I think what they're hoping is he would throw his hands up and say, I withdraw my name. Yeah, I didn't sign up for this. But thankfully he was strong, President Trump was strong, and even some of the Republicans like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham seemed to get a backbone, thank God. And Brett Kavanaugh's on the Supreme Court for life.
They really needed a spine for a long time. Okay, these are the aftershocks. We talked about the judges, and we've got a problem with immigration now. Can you imagine the burden on this man? I looked at him one day and I thought, how are you doing it? Well, every arrow there is, they're flinging at him.
I interviewed Mike Huckabee, Governor Mike Huckabee, for the book, and he made this comment. He said any other president would be in a fetal position underneath the desk in the Oval Office, but Donald Trump seems to thrive on this. He absorbs every single arrow they shoot at him.
Okay, and dealing with world leaders, that's been interesting because he's done it right out in the open. I've watched him say, okay, you folks, you aren't paying, you know, you need to pony up. But also, as we talked earlier about the thing with North Korea, that was kind of amazing.
Who would have thought? No other president has even met with a North Korean leader. And Donald Trump was able to get him. And look at remember the tweet? He called him Little Rocket Man. I don't even think Kim Jong-un knew about Elton John's song that's famous in our culture. But he did know it was some kind of slur, and the pundits were saying, oh, we're going to have World War III. It was exactly the opposite.
And we got a lot of the remains back of some of our
That's
military.
Right. And even though those are symbolic, it's still important that we got North Korea to cooperate with us.
The other things we talked about before was Israel, and I don't know about you, but I felt really good when our embassy was moved to the capital, to Jerusalem.
You know, the Bible says that God blesses those who bless Israel, and that certainly blessed Israel. He's more popular in Israel than he is in the United States.
We've had the website up for quite a while, but boy, we're just skimming the surface of this book, and what makes it so thought-provoking, Stephen, is that you kind of put it all together.
And that was part of my goal.
How enormous it is.
To try to help connect the dots. Even people who like Trump, maybe they hear things, they don't really know how it relates. It's very well documented. There's 550 footnotes. And I don't know if I told you, but the president actually called me about the book. And I even mentioned to him how well researched it was and how many footnotes there was, because we didn't want to be attacked for having sloppy journalism, so to speak. But I was even amazed when we researched it on how many things this president has accomplished in a very short time.
And you know, we're about out of time, but I'd like for you to address those who well know his sins. The Bible says all have sinned, but some people's sins are on the front page every night, and some of the rest of us, you know, we kind of manage somehow to keep them covered. But he has a very, very colorful past. Nobody can defend that.
That's right, and of course we don't defend it. And as Christians, his lifestyle was not at all godly. But I've had the occasion to be on secular TV where they're trying to get me to say something against Trump. And I said the whole essence of Christianity is forgiveness. We've all been forgiven of things that we would not like to be on the front page. And I believe that he's changed. You know, in other settings, I've told the story of how he started watching Christian television. You never know who's watching Christian television and whose life might be touched.
And the whole Bible's full of flawed people that God used. I remember one preacher saying, God's looking down from heaven and he sees this guy and he's killing Christians, and he's snorting and he's just threatening everybody. He hates Christianity, he hates Christians, and God says, I believe I'll choose him. And he turned out to be the Apostle Paul. So.
Who probably is more responsible for Christianity going around the world than any other single person in history. You're right. God has always used imperfect people, and I'm glad, because that means he can use me.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful to have you anytime.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you're working on another book of some kind, and you're welcome on Homekeepers. Thanks
you.
for coming. Stay with me. I have a couple things to say before we have to say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
Well, my thanks to Stephen for staying over, and what an interesting guy he is. He's always welcome here. Let me mention that, as I did at the top of the show, I've offered Carol Kent's new devotional for quite a while, but I like to start in January with a brand new devotional every year. So I kind of held off. I'm into it now. It's one of the finest devotionals you'll ever pick up. And pardon me, but I'm a bit of a connoisseur on devotionals. I've got a lot of them. I've read a lot of them through the years. I highly recommend this one to you. So for that gift of $20, we'll get this beautiful book to you. Someday I want to talk to her about how do you get to 365 wonderful, wonderful pages and messages like she did. So 1-800-229-0059 if you use a credit card. The address is Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida, 33758. And we will get it out to you, and you can catch up. And if you do that, you and I will be on the same page every day this year. Well, it's always scary, you know, when you talk about politics. But I think in our nation today, it's not really politics, although that's the name attached to it. It's right and wrong. And there's one group of people that says abortion is wrong. There's another group that says now, promoting what I've been reading, right up to birth, abortion is okay. The Bible started out in Genesis with marriage. And it was Adam and Eve, male and female. And yet we've got politicians that say it's all right for the same sex to marry. I couldn't stand on that platform. So forget the labels, my friends, and don't get real nervous when people begin to talk about what's going on in our nation, but just think about what that person stands for. And because you're not going to find anybody perfect at all, but it's something that's very important. And don't forget, that vote is just sacred. Just don't ever miss that opportunity to vote. It's a blessing. And you're a blessing. And please remember, till next time, there's no higher calling, none, than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.